Hi, everyone. I wanted to pop on. I had an extra hour, so I thought that I would hop on and do some readings. So, the way that I like to do these readings is by sign. And I want to invite you to look up, if you don't already know, what your sun sign is, which is like your typical astrological sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign. That is going to, and then you're going to look for those readings for all three signs, maybe even your Venus sign. That's going to give you a pretty clear picture of what to expect, what you need to know. My intention in these readings is to just talk about what it is that you need to know right now. So we're going to be going through all 12 signs, covering all of those. Bear with me because I have hiccups a little bit. So I'm hoping, I've been waiting for them to go away, and they mostly are, but hopefully I'm not hiccuping my way through this entire reading. We are going to be taking a look at all of the signs. Let me know what sign you are. Say hello if you're watching. We're going to be starting off. I've already pre-shuffled the deck. I've already set my intentions. I've cleared the energy. So we are all ready to dive right in. And we're going to start right out with Aries. So let me switch over to comments so that I can see you guys when you're saying hello. Let me know who's watching. We're going to just be pulling these cards from the top because I already have pre-shuffled them. We have the Three of Earth, or the Three of Pentacles, and we have the Secret Spring card, and this is the Success card. The vibe that I'm getting from this, Aries, so the Three of Pentacles is a card that's about cooperation. It's about working together with a team or working together with other people for a shared goal. Hi, Meg. I'm right on Aries right now, so you're going to want to pay attention right here. Thanks for being here. So Three of Earth, this is about working together for a shared goal. It's also about being creative, but the main energy with this is about being creative or working together with other people. So if you are somebody who is trying to do everything right now on your own, allow yourself to connect with other people. You might find that there are opportunities that come in for you to work together with other people or to collaborate. Some of us don't really love to do that, right? Like to work together as a team. But this is really encouraging that, because we have this Secret Spring card coming along with that. And this is the Success card. And the energy that I get specifically with this card is like some kind of unexpected success, where you work together on something, or you're invited into something, some kind of a shared goal, or you're working. It doesn't have to be more than one person. It can just be one other person. This could even be within relationships in your life, but you're deciding, you know what, let's work together and let's make this happen. And through that, I think not only will you have success, but I think you'll have a surprise level of success. So I think that we can expect that. I feel like in this energy this week, there's been a lot of people feeling, myself included, really disappointed, very frustrated. I've been very easily irritated. I think some of this has been just in this frustration, like this energy has felt a little start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. And I feel like with this, like part of how Aries, you shift out of that start, stop, and things actually move forward is by a willingness to work together. So I would just watch for those opportunities as they come in for you, Aries. All right, let's see. We're going to move on to Taurus. Anybody here watching a Taurus, let me know. Say hello. So for Taurus, we have the Four of Swords and I am a Taurus sun, and the meandering pathway flow. And this is exactly the annoying energy that I'm feeling so much for myself right now, and is frustrating. So if you're a Taurus, you're probably feeling this, you're probably frustrated with this, but you know, we're gonna find our way through. So let me explain. So the Four of Air is the Four of Swords, right? The Four of Swords is about just kind of taking a little time to rest and to be easy. Hi, Bobby. Thanks for being here. You're Aquarius. Okay, we're going to get to that in a little while. So to rest, be easy, to reflect, to just take a little bit of time out. The card itself says time to rest or take a vacation. I would love to take a vacation right now. Allow more time before making a decision. Meditation may provide answers. So it's a little bit of that in-between energy, and in taking our time, in not rushing anything and not pushing anything. So if you're a Taurus and you're just feeling frustrated with the rate at which things are happening or not happening or not moving forward, just know like this is meant to be a little bit more time for a rest. If you can take that time to focus on self-care, on reflection, on meditation, all of that stuff. And then we have the meandering pathway, which is the card that's connected with flow. So a willingness to go with the flow and to not have this idea of what this needs to look like, what this needs to be, to not get too caught up in trying to control anything. This is about letting go and going with the flow. And part of how we can, in this Taurus energy, go with the flow is to go within, to be reflective, to not try to push anything, and to just kind of allow this process that's wanting to happen, as frustrating as it may feel. But maybe that brings, I don't know, for me, that does make me feel a little bit better. It's like, okay, like this is the energy right now. It's okay. All is well. And certainly I've been learning how to go with the flow for a long time. So I don't know about you, but let me know how you're feeling about that, Taurus. Okay, let's see. Then we're going to move on to Gemini. Gemini has the Moon card and the Dragon card, the Power card. So I'm kind of getting a theme here, to be honest, now that we're on this third sign. And the theme that I'm getting is that there are surprises here in this energy. So while you're busy focusing on other things, while you're busy doing your work, while you're busy just maybe even focusing on the things that are frustrating for you or whatever, it's almost like there are surprises that are coming in really unexpected ways. So there's kind of this vibe, especially here for Gemini with this Moon card, of maybe feeling a little bit disconnected, feeling like you're not quite sure where things are going to go, maybe not even feeling totally supported by the universe, totally supported by God, whatever that is for you. And just like there's a level of frustration or disconnection that you're experiencing. But it's, again, this is about leaning into the unknown and trusting the unknown. So you might even be invited to lean into something that is unknown for you, that is different, and you might need to move according to your intuition at this time. And your intuition is guiding you, and you might not have a lot of information about something. And that's okay, because as you tune in and you follow your intuition, it feels like opening up a door to heightened power, to just like stepping into your power, to leadership in some way, or to some kind of I always think about with dragons, like a treasure, right? That they guard a treasure, some kind of treasure. And I feel like the way that we get this dragon to release the treasure to you is by being willing to move according to your intuition and to take these little mini trust falls. It doesn't feel like a major trust fall, but these little steps in a direction while you are trusting in your higher power, you're trusting in your intuition, and it's leading you to something really incredible. And if you're feeling called to step into some kind of position of power or to lead in some way or something like that, this is definitely an invitation for you to do that. I think like whatever this is for you, it's leading you into a deeper level of confidence and feeling more connected to your power. Next up, we have Cancer. Is anybody here a Cancer? So the first card that we have here is the King of Fire. And the second card is the Water Spirit, the Manifesting Dream Spirit. So this feels like for you, Cancer, the King of Fire is somebody, so this could be you just really feeling connected to your fire, really feeling motivated, driven, charismatic right now. And if you're not feeling that way, you might be feeling that way within the next couple of days or so, because I do feel like this energy has been kind of tough and challenging this week, especially yesterday, but the moon was in Scorpio, and I never like when the moon is in Scorpio. That never feels good for me. So anyway, so this King of Fire. So that might be you. That also might be somebody coming into your experience that's very powerful, that can bring you into some kind of opportunity or something like that. I also feel like this is about really focusing on the things that are important to you. You might be investing a lot of your time and your energy and your effort into something that might be keeping you really busy, but it is going to be paying off because it is supporting you with this water spirit, the manifesting dreams card. It's supporting you on creating your dreams, on creating some kind of a fulfillment of your wishes, your dreams, your desires, the things that you're manifesting. So that looks really good. So either leaning into that fire yourself or letting yourself be inspired to step into your fire and your leadership and your drive and your passion and your focus through connecting with someone else. So lots of good opportunities there for you, Cancer, I feel like. Next up, we have Leo. So for Leo, we have the Magician and we have the Elves card, the playfulness card. And this is this is a very magical energy. And so I think you have some magic to look forward to, but what you're being called to do here, Leo, with these cards is to step into your power. Like, I feel like in some ways, maybe you've been holding yourself back a little bit or not stepping into the spotlight, which, like, the spotlight is kind of your thing. I get this energy of being a little bit more of a wallflower or pulling back or not opening yourself to something, not opening yourself to an opportunity, not opening yourself to being seen, something like that. And this is just really saying step into that and let yourself be willing to shine. You are ready. You've been putting in the work, you've been investing in that. And I feel like the only thing that's really holding you back from something, from moving forward with something that you actually are interested in doing or experiencing, is like a level of self-confidence, is a feeling of, I don't know if I'm ready, but that feeling of not being ready, like you're never going to feel ready for that. And if you wait until you feel ready, you will wait forever. It's a matter of stepping into it anyway, walking with faith in that direction, but doing so with this Elves card, with this playfulness card, in a way that is fun and light. Like, it, whatever this is, like, feels light and fun, and like it's an opportunity for things to be light and fun. And this is kind of a reminder that in your mind, maybe you have said, you've made it bigger than it is, or you've made it more painful or more challenging than it actually will be. It actually is something that can be really fun for you and can be a really good experience for you, but you have to be willing to step into it. You are ready. And this is also about focusing on the things that you're ready to manifest, because you're very ready to manifest them. I feel like you've been kind of like getting things together and doing some work, and now you're ready to lean into it. And it's only going to unlock some really fun, playful, enjoyable energy. So be willing to lean in. Don't hold yourself back just because of whatever that is that you're telling yourself in your head that on some level you understand isn't quite the truth. So that is Leo. Next up, we have Virgo. Anybody here a Virgo? Sun, moon, rising? Let me know your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, if you guys know. Okay, so for Virgo, we have the Page of Earth. And that's the Page of Pentacles. And we have the Bear Spirit, the Healing card. So with this Page of Pentacles, I'm kind of getting this energy with you, Virgo, like there's something about learning something new or preparing yourself to learn something new. And this can be something structured like a class or something like that. But this can also be like learning a different kind of a life lesson or letting yourself have a different experience, stepping out of your typical experience and experiencing some new things, being willing to step out of your comfort zone a bit. And I also get this sense like there's something here about some kind of extra money coming in for you or something like that. But this is like something small. It's not some major amount, but like something good that comes in that feels like an extra blessing for you. With this Healing card, I kind of get this energy of that you have been really focused on your healing and maybe pulling back, maybe not getting out there as much and things like that. And while this feels like a very stable, home focused energy, which is very much a Virgo vibe, right? I also kind of get this sense like there's stability. How do I explain this? Like there's stability outside of home. There's stability outside of your comfort zone. There's stability in exploring new things and trying new things. And there might even be some extra money in it for you. So be willing to shake it up and to try different things. That is Virgo. Next up, we have Libra. Okay, so for Libra, we have the 8 of Pentacles. I am a Libra moon. Not 8 of Pentacles, 8 of air, which is the 8 of Swords. And then we have the Foggy Bog, which is the Patience card. No wonder I feel like the energy is so like weird and stagnant with this because I'm a Libra moon. Okay, so the 8 of Swords, we have this feeling of being stuck. And I usually get the message with the 8 of Swords, and I'm getting that today. Like, you're not as stuck as you think you are. You're not, like, you get to break away. And I do get this energy of breaking away from the way that you've been doing things for a while, this need and this call to break away, to shake things up a little bit. And I think, like, as you do that, you're going to find that you're not as stuck as you think you are, or it allows you to step away from something and move in the direction that you want to be moving. So it's all about an illusion of feeling trapped or being afraid to take action on something. And this is just encouraging you to be willing to do that, but also with this patience card, to be willing to have patience with this, right? Like we have the card is the Foggy Bog, and look how foggy that card is. Yeah, I think it's like hard for you to see where things are going, and it's cloudy and it's confusing. And so it's like, oh, I kind of want to move in this direction, but I also don't quite know. I can't really tell. Is it going to be okay? And this is all about tuning in and trusting yourself. When you are caught in the fog and you cannot see, you are left to tuning in with the body, tuning in with the intuition to help you to navigate the situation, right? So tune in with yourself, listen to yourself, but know that you're not as stuck as you think that you are, and know that it's okay to step away from something and to be willing to move forward with something, that kind of stuff. It's okay to take action on something, even if you don't quite have all of the information. Of course, take what resonates, leave the rest, but it definitely feels like moving forward. And I think with that energy, you might feel like even as you move forward, things are moving a little bit slower than you would prefer. But now we are in that Mercury retrograde pre-shadow, and you're going to start to feel this energy slow down again. So it may feel that way, but it'll get there. Patience, right? We got the patience card. So definitely try your best to hold that. But I think you're going to have some blessings come in that are just kind of these winks from the universe that let you know that all is well and that things are moving forward and things are progressing. So next up, we have Scorpio. And today we are in Scorpio season. Happy Scorpio season. We have the 9 of Pentacles. So this is your season, and this card really suggests that for you. And then we have the Guardians of the Land, the protection card. I do get this energy. Maybe like you've been worried about a situation. You've been worrying a lot about a situation. Something has been going on. And this is just really your guides and angels, your higher power letting you know, we've got you. We're supporting you. We are carrying you through this. We are here to support and protect. And I mean, even if there's some kind of like a safety concern or something like that, know that you are protected and you are being supported. I'm also getting with this, like, it's not as scary as it seems. It's an illusion. Whatever that means. Maybe you'll know what it means, but I don't know what it means. But it's not as scary as it seems. And as long as you start to like step forward, you'll be good. And you'll figure that out, that it's not as scary as it seems. And it might be something in relation, because we have this Nine of Pentacles. It might be something in relation to like a business, or you might be finding yourself in a position where you're creating independence in some way. Like maybe you're walking away from a relationship. Maybe you are like going off on your own, like starting your own business. Maybe you are separating from like a business partnership. This can be so many different things, right? But this is like success that you create with the Nine of Pentacles. This is success that you know that you are responsible for. And so right now is the time to shift your focus out of the worry. Know that you're being protected. Know that you're being guided. Know there's a bigger picture here. And know that as you take steps in the direction of whatever this is, you will be supported. I feel like I need to read that card. It says, enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment. So maybe you're worried about a business that you're starting, or you're wanting to start a business, because I do get this sense of like shifting away from something, or choosing to do something on your own. So know that you are supported in that. If you're walking away from a relationship, know that this is you creating success on your own. This is creating that success on your own. I'm just reading comments. Good morning. Your background always brings a smile to my face. The colors are so beautiful. Oh, thank you so much. I love my background too. I love clouds. Big fan of watching the sky. So I knew that had to be my background. So thank you so much. Okay, so that is Scorpio. Next up, we're making our way through these quickly. I didn't do as many cards as usual, but I only had an hour, so I wanted to make sure we get through them and I wasn't rushing through all of them. So next up we have Sagittarius. Anybody here a Sagittarius? Okay, you are a Libra. Okay, so I just did Libra a couple of signs ago, so you might want to go back and check that out. What is your sun and your rising? I have the 10 of Pentacles here for the Sagittarius, and I have the Wizard of the Woods card, the Focus card. And I'm kind of like giggling to myself because I have a pair of Sagittarius twins, and yeah, we're working on focus right now, so that's really interesting. I think like this is talking about the Wizard of the Woods is the Focus card. I think this is about like your magic is through focusing your energy, your actions, your intentions on the 10 of Pentacles, creating a stable future for you and your family, creating a solid foundation for your business, creating a solid foundation for your life. There's something here about like really pouring into the bigger picture of the future that you're wanting to create for your life. The 10 of Pentacles can sometimes be like the legacy that you leave, or it can sometimes be generational wealth that you're creating. So I think that there's a real opportunity here. So your focus, whatever it is that you're focusing on, is going to produce results. So this is a really important time for you to jump in with that and focus on creating that for yourself. Hopefully that makes sense. But this is a beautiful energy. I think like with Sagittarius, sometimes that energy it's a little harder to focus. And so I think that this is also that invitation to make sure, okay, like really do what you can to keep your focus on the stuff that really matters, because it is going to pay off big time. So that, oh, you got here just in time for Libra. Awesome. Okay. All right. Next up, we have Capricorn. Okay. So Capricorn, we have the 7 of Fire, or the 7 of Wands. And we have the Pure Spirit card, which is the Purification card. So the 7 of Fire, I'm just getting this energy of choosing your battles, of deciding what's worth investing your energy into and deciding what's not worth investing your energy into. Maybe there have been some things that you found yourself caught up in, me too, that aren't really that helpful to you or aren't really what you want to be caught up in, be focusing on. And this is just that invitation to redirect that focus a little bit and really be investing in the stuff that actually matters to you. Really refocus your energy. You also might be in that 7 of Wands energy where you're feeling kind of like you have to defend yourself, or that other people are wanting so many different things from you, or that there's like so many different opinions, or other people need so many different things from you. And this is just that encouragement to go within and ask yourself, who am I and what do I really want? And that's at the end of the day what you have to honor, because that is what is going to bring success into your life. And we have this Pine Spirit, the purification card. I feel like I was talking this week in the weekly energy reading about some kind of a reset. And I feel like for you, this is talking about that reset where it's like there is some kind of reset that's happening in your life, but you have to allow the reset is what I'm feeling. Like there has to be a willingness to let go. There has to be a willingness to, I'm getting like this sense of stubbornly holding on to something that for a long time you felt like was right for you or was the direction that you want to go. And I think intuitively you kind of know this isn't where I want to go anymore, but it's also like you're in that place of not quite having let that go completely. And this is just saying, allow this energy to bring a reset. And if I were you, Capricorn, I would be shaking things up a lot, meaning I would be changing up my routine. I would be showing up in a different energy. I would be changing lots of different little things in your life so that your experience is different, because it's almost like we've got to do that to close out some kind of a chapter. And once you get into a flow with that, you're really great at coming up with a routine that is helpful for you. But we've got to change that. We've got to come out of that comfort zone and create a new comfort zone, to create a new way of doing things, a new way of being, a new way of thinking. Because as you do that, that brings with it this reset that you're looking for. Because I think like you want to let go on some level, but it's just like it's been difficult. So trust in that. Allow that to happen if you can. I think that that will serve you very well, Capricorn. Okay, next up we have Aquarius. We are going through this quick today. This is great. Okay, so next up, Aquarius. All right, we have the Ace of Wands, or the Ace of Fire. And we have the Air Spirit card, the Knowledge card. So this is like, in this deck, the Air Spirit card is very much like the Ace of Swords. So we essentially have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords here. Okay, so 2 aces. That's pretty cool. So there's a new fresh energy. Again, we're kind of in this reset energy. So that's important and necessary. I'm getting this sense of like when you know better, you do better. And I want you to really ask yourself, what have I learned along the way? Maybe there's been a frustration at some things that are happening in your world. But the question here is, what have I learned? What do I know now? What do I do better? How far have I come? Because you're using this knowledge. You're going to be taking this knowledge in the near future and pouring it into something that is a spark. It is a beginning. It is something that starts as a spark and it turns into a bonfire, or maybe even a whole block on fire. I don't know. Like it feels big. It feels important. And it's like leaning into something that starts as a spark, some kind of new opportunity coming in. It might come in as an idea with this knowledge card here. And you're just like, you know what, maybe I do want to follow through with that. And you may have already been starting to explore this idea. And it's just about like building on that and developing in that and working on that. This is about some kind of opportunity that you're creating for yourself or that comes into your life that brings with it a pretty significant level up and a new beginning for you, an exciting new beginning for you, an exciting new opportunity. So lean into this and let this develop. I think like once it picks up a little bit of, because it feels a little slow at first, but once it picks up momentum, it's really going to pick up momentum and grow into something significant. All right. Lastly, but not least, of course, we have Pisces. And what do we have for Pisces? Okay, so we have the Six of Pentacles. I'm a Pisces rising, Six of Earth or Six of Pentacles, and the Hummingbird Spirit, the Joy card. This is great. I remember in my fall readings, I was acknowledging like Pisces energy has had a lot going on this year. And even that reading was a little bit rough. It was just kind of indicating you guys were in a rough spot. Here is where I think things are starting to shift for you for the better. So let's celebrate that. That's an exciting thing. We have the Six of Pentacles. So this is potentially some kind of raise happening for you, some kind of extra money happening for you, some kind of something coming in that brings a little bit more balance for your finances. And if this isn't finances, this is some kind of extra balance, some kind of reciprocity in your life where maybe you have felt like for a long time that in a particular relationship or in many relationships in your life, you have not experienced that reciprocity, that balance. And there's something here about being ready for that. Maybe like you haven't allowed yourself to connect in relationships at all, but now all of a sudden you're feeling more ready to do that. You're feeling ready to give, you're feeling ready to receive. And I think it's important to consider and be open to doing both of these things, to be open to like put yourself out there, to give, to receive, to try things that feel good and feel good, like they're worth investing in, because I'm just getting the sense with this card that there is some kind of solid return on your investment, but you have to be willing to make the investment. You might even be thinking about making some kind of a financial investment, but with this Joy card here, it's also about like, how are you investing in your joy? Maybe you're doing something that brings you more joy, that just makes you really happy, and it pays off in some way. Because when we are in that joyful energy, good things happen. Have you ever noticed that? Like when you're just like having a great time, when you're on vacation, when you're with those people that just light you up, that's when the opportunities hit. That's where the good things happen. And I kind of get this energy here with that. So something to consider. I feel like some of this is like some kind of just gifts from the universe coming in for you that are going to make you really happy. So I love that. All right, guys. So that is all of the signs for today. Thank you so much for being here. I will get this up on YouTube. I will put the chapters with it so you can move around easily with all of that and find all of the signs that you're wanting to look for. But thank you guys so much for being here live. Thank you so much for watching on the replay. I love you all, and I will see you soon.